everyone. Welcome to the May edition of the Unwanted Comedians podcast here in Fresno, California, with your co-host Smiley G, myself, and
Joseph R. Simon.
All right, so here we go. Today we have a really unique guest because we have a new comedian and a new adult coming. What's your name, bud?
Christopher Murrietta.
Do you go by Chris or Christopher?
Chris.
He goes by Chris. He's going to be featured in our next show. We're doing our first Fowler show with Franky and I. We're co-producing. So Franky Murrietta and Smiley G. We are. Did we already introduce you?
No.
I'm sorry. This is Franky Murrietta, guys. This is Joseph R. Simon, and this is Christopher Murrietta.
Yes.
Right. Chris Murrietta. So Joseph and I were doing a comedy show. All of us are doing a comedy show. But Franky had an idea. He's like, hey, my city, we need a show. And Jocy's Mexican restaurant is a pretty cool spot. Has a nice stage, and so we want to do it there. So Franky came to me, Smiley G, I know you're doing shows out in Fresno. Let's connect. So that's cool. And so Franky is doing this. We're doing this show. We're co-producing, and we're calling it Sips and Giggles, right?
Sips and Giggles.
Sips and Giggles and Fowler. I kept on telling Franky, yo, we should call you Fowler Franky because I like the way the F sounds and rolls off my tongue. Fowler Franky. And maybe he will be, but maybe he'll move out of fucking Fowler. That's the thing. Maybe he's like Sanger is the way, Fresno.
No.
Maybe there's too many F's. Comedians use F words a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
We do. So, but I'm excited that we're gonna have Chris here to tell us what is it. I mean, you've never done a comedy show before, and we're putting you on our show to give you 5 minutes. Do you think you got what it takes? Talk to us, man.
The headliner?
You said in 5 minutes. Are you confident, or you got this, or what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm confident. I have from what I have written down and everything, I think what I have is good, and I'm not really someone who can't speak in front of a crowd. I don't mind a bunch of people looking at me, so yeah, I won't be nervous on stage. And maybe I will be, maybe it'll overwhelm me, but from right now where I'm sitting, I can confidently say I could go on stage.
What's the worst thing that could happen? In your nightmare, you're 18, you're brand new, you're doing a comedy show. What's the worst thing that can happen?
His pants fall off and his girlfriend sees his little wee-wee.
No, if my pants fell off, I think everyone would get jealous, so I'd be fine.
Very good. I like that. Isn't that good, Joseph?
Oh, yeah.
Good comeback.
I was thinking the worst thing that could happen is you could be performing in Madeira.
Yeah, just remember, though, I'm your dad, bud.
Yeah.
Well, who has the biggest penis? Let's talk about it.
I changed him. It's probably still the same size from when he was 6 months.
Franky, that was good. I like that.
I get it from my dad, so it stays the same size your whole life.
Yep.
Oh, shit. The mother has nothing to do with
your
it.
Mama's smiling.
I keep on looking this way because Mama's right here, guys.
Come say hi.
Yeah. There's the hand. She's really there.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, okay. So, normally on my shows, I'm very vulgar, very sexual.
That's fine with me. Whoa.
Well,
I have some limits.
Dude.
Okay, what are you don't have to tell us your jokes, which your subject matters.
Mostly talking about my family.
Oh, that should be good.
Yeah.
Like what?
There's an endless supply of material.
My mom and dad and my sister.
This mom right here?
Yes.
I don't know your family dynamics because I have a lot of baby mamas, so when people say mom, I'm like,
no.
I know this is my real mom, but this guy won't admit he's my real dad.
Well,
you're the real dad and you're the real mom?
I think, from what she tells me,
from my
I'm the real
knowledge.
dad.
Got it. If you found out that he wasn't your real dad, how would you feel about that?
I'd love him even more, honestly.
Well
Why?
said. Well said.
You stuck around longer than the other.
But that's all because I
Yeah.
think I'm your dad.
Joseph, how many kids do you have, man?
I don't have any, but you don't.
Bullshit.
But you don't know how many
You mean
you
a hot,
have.
sexy guy like you, Joe?
Good
You ain't got no
question.
kids?
Yeah. See, Smiley doesn't know how many he has.
It's up in the air. It depends who's asking. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on who wants to check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is good. So, okay, is there any naughty things are you planning on saying? Are you planning on dropping any F bombs, any N words, or what are you trying?
No N-words.
No N words. Good.
I have
Yeah,
not an ounce of melanin.
You know,
in me.
dude. I just want to say this: you don't have to drop an M bomb to make it successful. I would love it if you can go your whole comedy career with never using that word,
Which word?
the M bomb.
I plan on going my whole life without using that word.
Well, you said M bomb.
N.
N bomb.
Oh, yeah. I originally thought I heard
You know,
M
I'll
too.
tell you one
Oh, okay.
thing that in Fresno, what I learned is that everyone likes to use that fucking word. Like everybody, when they get mad at you, and they want to fight you, that word comes out.
Yeah. For what?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, you know.
Yeah.
How that would now. So have you guys been following the whole Kendrick and
Oh yeah.
I have.
Yeah. He's a big music bum, man. Like
white boy?
he loves all
Drake
kinds of
is
music.
a white boy,
Oh, he
straight
is.
up.
Oh, yeah,
He
Drake's
is.
white.
You mean Flake?
No, there's this serious beef, and I love how Kendrick tells him, "We don't want to hear you say that word." No
Yeah,
more."
we don't want to hear you say the N word no more. Yeah, the once I heard that song, I sung it for what, a whole day.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, like a whole week.
How do you feel about
Look
that?
at Bob over there. What'd you say?
So
BBL Drizzy?
Frankie, let's talk about it. The age dynamics here. Joseph, you're old ass. How old are you, man?
58.
Fuck, bro.
I'm already have 1 foot in the grave.
Okay.
And
I'm probably healthier than you.
You know what? Fuck you. Joseph. Fuck you.
How you look older than me. How old are you?
Okay, that's the next question. I'm 40. I don't know. I was born in 77 in July.
you are
so-
not 40,
Oh my
dog.
god.
No. Let me finish the sentence, dog. So I was born in 77 in July. So what does that make me mathematician?
77.
47.
Am I 46 or am I 47?
46, 47.
What am I?
Depends on what part of the
46.
year.
77, 23 plus 24 is 47.
But I'm not. We're not in July yet. Bro.
We're not in July yet.
Oh,
so
yeah.
46.
dog.
That's why I
That's what
said.
I said.
That's why I said
46.
it depends on what part of the
So I'm
year you were
46.
born.
You're
Yes.
46.
Yes.
Okay, you're 50 what?
8.
58, 46. What are you?
I'm 40.
Wow, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you just came to my 40th last year.
You're old, man. And
He
you
joined the
are
club 17.
18. He's 18,
18.
tomorrow. He's 18 tomorrow. So someone from your point of view, what do you think about the Drake and Kanye? No,
Kendrick.
Drake and Kendrick. beef.
I like it. I grew up my whole life not liking Drake. I don't know what it was,
Really?
Thank
but
God.
from the first song I heard by
I raised
him,
real men.
from the first song I heard by him, I did not like it. And
Gay? Too gay?
I don't know what it was. I don't like his voice. I don't like the way he talks, the way he raps.
Really?
I just don't like him.
I hear he makes a lot of women wet though, by his voice.
No.
That's because he spits when he talks.
That's a lot of lesbians.
Okay, speaking of lesbians, how do you feel about the fact that gays took over the flag and the rainbow?
I don't know. You got this whole group of people that managed to take over this whole thing. They kind of deserve it, honestly. And
They deserve it.
nothing like bad came out
I
of
like
it.
it.
So
Mm-hmm.
like no one was harmed up until people who were actually mad about it started to
Mm.
stop it. So no one was getting harmed up until people started to retaliate, I guess.
I like that. What's your view on the Palestinian-Israeli conflict?
I
I'm asking a 18-year-old.
Yeah, I know.
Because I want to get his feedback.
I know.
But I want to get your fucking feedback because you're an
Okay.
old motherfucker
Okay.
too. And you'll be there too.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Palestine is. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
We don't watch the news in my house.
All right.
Oh, news.
Okay.
That's because there is no news.
Somewhere in East Asia, I believe, right, Justin?
Middle East.
Middle East.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the East. It's
So
halfway
if
from
you
Asia to
know where
here.
Africa's at, right between Africa and
Maybe
Asia,
Turkey.
there's a place called Mediterranean, and that's where all this holy war is
I
happening.
didn't know we were going to have a geography lesson
I
today.
know. Yeah, we might have a sex education lesson later
Okay.
too. So tell me, are you with the Israelis, the Jews, the Zionists?
Hey, I got a question. When you say we might have a sex education, do I gotta educate you and be like, no, Smiley, that don't go there?
I know, Smiley, this thing called birth control.
I'll tell you what, though.
I turn 18 tomorrow, not today.
How do you feel about homosexual sex?
I would not like to be part of it. As long as it stays in your bedroom, go with me, pal.
That's a good answer. That is a good answer.
I mean, in less than 24 hours, you're going to be your own man. Do you feel like if your father found out that you were gay, that he would be disappointed in you?
No.
What about your mom?
No.
We support the LGBTQ.
Yeah.
We support all of them. All their lives matter. But I didn't grow up my kids to judge somebody on their sexual preference. I raised my kids to grow up to love and like somebody for who they are. It takes a bigger person to come out and say, "Hey, man, I'm gay," than to hide it their whole life and then something end up happening to them. You know, they did their self-harm because they're afraid to come out. We accept people like that. You know what I mean? I brought my kids up to love everybody, not judge somebody on who and their sexual preference. That's why when you ask us questions, he's like,
But what if God hates them?
God don't hate them. Yeah, a lot of people can hate me, but God don't hate them. Why did God create them like that then?
Mm.
You got to ask yourself that. You know what I mean? If God created everybody and picked everybody, God created them to be like that.
I like what he's saying. I'll tell you what, because in this country we have a lot of freedom, and your dad can say that and be like, it's all good. In other countries, like in Uganda and other places in the world, if you're gay or if they think you're gay, that's like a fucking federal crime.
Yeah.
And you can get life in prison or even death.
They stone you, don't they? Over there, they stone you.
They execute you for
and
that.
I don't mean
kind
the
of shit.
Smiley G stone.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
they
what
throw
I was
rocks at you
thinking.
to your dad.
Yeah.
I love how in America we are more free, you know. What do you think, Chris, is our number one biggest issue in America that you want to talk about on stage? Because I feel like as comedians, when we get people to think about something, we get them to laugh about something, laugh about gays. I have a joke about, I think gay guys suck dick better than women. Yeah, I do. And I tell you what, I've gotten a lot of blowjobs because of that joke, so thank God for that
From
joke.
guys?
I can't just...
I mean, he has to prove it somehow.
I can't.
You know, we love everybody, Smiley.
Yeah.
Enough
So-
alcohol, he'll do anything.
Yeah.
So I can't...
You won't know.
What do you say?
Just turn the lights on and put that mop over your head.
Bro, a mouth is a mouth, right, Chris? Yeah. So what I found out though, it depends on if you have dentures on or no dentures. That makes a difference
I would think so.
on the blowjob. Also, if someone has braces, you got to be a little bit careful because sometimes it can scratch a little bit.
Oh,
But
man.
nowadays, with the new Invisalign they have going on,
You can barely feel a thing.
yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. But you have to date a certain level of economy because not all girls can afford the Econoline. Or guys, by that way. Anyway, so bottom line, I've told people on stage, I don't know. My belief system is that gay guys can suck dick better than female women. And I had a woman, while I was performing this, she like was a heckler. Is that they call it
Yeah,
a heckler,
hecklers.
right? Heckler is when they respond to you and they like fucking try to like talk shit to you, right?
Yeah,
They don't
like trying to put you
understand.
down.
They don't understand that we have the mic.
Oh, okay. Performing by speaking, not performing by action.
Yeah, no, I'm on
Okay.
stage
Okay.
and then I make a
I had to
comment.
clarify that.
I had a comment. The comment I had was gay guys suck dick better than females. Bro, she got up, she's like, no, that's not true. I was like, prove it then, bitch. So I got her number and she proved it. It was good. Anything can happen on stage, man. Like, what are you planning on saying?
Like for what? Like some of my jokes or
Yeah, so you're gonna get 5 minutes.
Well, we just want to know subject matter. We don't want to know the jokes.
Yeah, sure.
Save the jokes for the
Yeah, like,
audience.
Like, what are you gonna talk about?
Basically, summarize your jokes.
So a big part of it is just growing up with my dad, like how he raised me as like who to be, like just because he's really good at talking crap. So that's like a big part of it is just is showing how he helped me and like raised me to be able to like make fun of people really well.
Well, follow me on all the social media.
What's your social media?
So it's all platforms is Joseph R. Simon, and you can get me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Truth, and Getter.
Are there any dots in between? This is Joseph.R.Simon or just
No,
Joseph R.
I
Simon?
mean you should be able to find me relatively easy.
Okay. Why do you have the R in the Simon? What's
It's
up with
my
that?
middle name is Robert,
Hmm.
and Joseph Simon is kind of a common name.
Is it?
Yes,
Is it really?
yeah.
Who do you think you're gonna vote for when you turn 18? Because you're turning 18 tomorrow. You're gonna vote in 3-4 months. Are you gonna vote for Trump or for what's his name again?
Joe Biden
Yeah.
or Jill Stein or
What are you thinking, man?
okay.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. I guess that means you're not voting for him.
You already know I ain't.
I don't really know yet because I don't like follow it a bunch. I just know that like Trump knows how to like talk to everyone and everything, but just a lot of people think Joe Biden can is a bigger benefit. So like I truly don't know.
Well, we've had 4 years of Trump and three and a half years of Biden. So
Okay.
you have a record to look at.
Okay.
Okay, policy wise, what do you think? Yeah, I'm talking about what's been done, not what they're promising.
I truly don't know. I don't pay
Biden
attention
put
to
in
politics.
$1 trillion debt, and Trump took us out of $1 trillion debt.
So you're voting for Trump.
You know I am. 100%. That's my dude.
And I'm voting for Trump too.
You voted for
See?
Trump. You're not sure.
I'm not sure. I don't follow politics.
He voted for Trump or he's moving out. No.
And there's one other person.
What about Mama?
Who are you
Can you
voting
yell- who are you voting for?
She said whoever cleans her
You
house.
said
I'll stay out of that. I don't
she
even-
stays out of
I
that.
don't even vote.
Nobody.
So we got one other person that didn't tell us who they're voting for.
Oh, Smiley, who are you
You know what?
voting for?
All I know is that right now we're voting for the two. Why do we have to vote for the two oldest motherfuckers in the world?
That's my thing, and that's a lot of people's
Thank
thing.
you.
It's not even just the presidents. It's like people in office in general.
Yes.
Because if you like look at like big things that go on in like Congress or something, it's always really old people. They
Motherfuckers.
don't ever have someone like maybe in their 30s even.
Let me ask you, why do you want to do comedy? Is it just to take it off your bucket list, or do you really want to do comedy?
I've seen my dad do comedy, and
And he's funny.
yeah,
Thank you, Joe.
I've seen my dad do comedy, and it's cool. It's something that I think like, oh, maybe I could go on stage and tell a couple jokes because I know me and him have a good sense of humor, and I know it's a little bit different sense of humor, so it's not gonna be copy and paste jokes, but it's just something like because one of my favorite things is hearing people laugh. And one of my other favorite things is hearing people laugh because of me. So if I'm on stage and I'm making like 20 people laugh at a time from one joke, that'll be like something really big for me.
What if you get no people laughing at you? Let me tell you, the first thing when you go on stage.
Mom's over there. I'll laugh.
So you're bringing in people that love you. That's great. Smart. I remember when I did my first show I was in Huntington Beach, 2006.
Okay.
New,
I'll take your word for it.
yeah, it was.
You're looking at me like you're
club.
questioning
It was
me.
at a club that doesn't exist anymore. I forget what it was called even.
Cheap Times?
Martini Blues. They had music, but they also did comedy there. And they did like Orange County Funniest contests and stuff. So, first show, I brought my family and friends. And I had a good, like, quick set. And thank God I had laughs. Because later, when I did other shows, and I said the same joke, and I had no feedback, no laugh from the audience. Because remember, at a good show, you're not seeing the audience. It's like lights on your fucking face, and you can't really tell who's out there. So you can't make eye contact. So you're talking to a void. And when that happens, if you don't hear laughter back at your joke that you're like hoping that they're going to connect with, if you just hear silence, it gets you. And you're like, what do I do next? So you're going to experience that. Question is, are you going to get off stage in 1 minute, 2 minutes, or are you going to start attacking the crowd? That's easy to do.
That's
You
very
see
easy.
someone, oh, look at this motherfucker. He came dressed looking. That's cheap. We want to stick to our set because we don't want to offend the crowd. We don't want to offend the people that have spent their time to be there, paid the money, the drinks to be there to support you. So we don't want to attack our audience, right? But when the audience doesn't give us what we want, which is laughter, you need to make sure you can still stay poised, stay on track, move on to the next joke. Because maybe you just have to tickle them right to get them to laugh. And that's why in the beginning, it's hard to stir up a crowd. As a comedian, as a local comedian, one of the things that we have to do is self-promote. We have to be in the business of self-promotion. Before we make it big. That's how it is. So how are you promoting the show for you and your friends that may want to come? And how are your ticket sales for that?
So I've told my friends about it, and I've like told them to come. None of them said like, gave me an absolute answer on, yeah, we can make it. But I know my dad and my mom have been posting about it a lot on Facebook. I posted about it
We call this post-comedy podcast the Unwanted Comedians. Not because we're unwanted comedians, but because we know there are politics in this game. And we want to flatten it out and make it funny for everybody, right?
Right. You
Right,
put some
right,
thought
right,
into
right,
that too. You did. I'm impressed.
Well, thank you.
What'd you say?
I'm impressed. He put thought into that.
Oh, yeah.
He was probably rehearsing that speech for like 2 weeks.
I don't think so. I just think he's so fucking high. He just kept on going, not knowing what the fuck he was talking about.
He's probably the most sober
just
I've
kept
seen him
talking
in a
till it actually
long
made
time.
sense.
I swear to God, right now, he
Am
was
I
in his
right
head
on
thinking,
that?
I'm fucking on a roll.
All of you guys are right in your own ways. And I'm thankful that I'm here and I'm not institutionalized.
yet.
Not yet. See, he has the founding for a comedian. Foundation for comedian.
And you did it. Very good. Okay, we're gonna sum this up. Chris, last words, and then your dad, last words, and Joseph, last words, and then I'll just say goodbye. Go ahead.
What do I want to talk about? Like anything?
Anything.
La-
Say your
last
last words.
words,
It's
bro.
over.
Just show up. Anybody who's thinking about showing up, stop thinking about it and actually show up.
Yeah. Good food at Jocy's.
Oh, always good food.
Great food.
Frankie?
Yeah. All I can say is May 24th, Friday, Sips and Giggles. Buy one, get one free margaritas. Jocy's restaurant in
yes.
Fowler. Check us out. We're on Facebook. Hit me up, Franky Murrietta. It's Frankie with the Y, double R, double T for the last name. So just hit us up. And
I love that.
we're going to be out there.
That's straight
Like
up.
my son always says, we out here.
Okay, Joseph.
Okay, I'm always proud to be part of a good show,
Yes.
whether it's the podcast or live on stage, and hope to see everyone out there. And don't forget to spread the word about our podcast.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes. Unwanted Comedians podcast with Joseph R. Simon and Smiley G. Special guests today. We have Chris and we have Franky Murrietta. All right. Come to the show on Friday, May 24th at Jocy's Sips and Giggles. We out.
We out.
Bye-bye.